Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. This is BG Codes, and I am bradgarropy. Today, we're going to be back working on Adobe Lunch some more. I've come to find out that the Foursquare API isn't the greatest. User source data is kind of inaccurate, especially the photos. The photos are terrible. So I think Google actually has some better photos. And because I'm already using Google for the directions in the maps portion, it would be really nice to actually have a Google Place ID to plug into the maps. So I'm going to just go ahead and transition over to the Google Places API. One great thing about that is that I was checking out my Places API keys, and in one of the previous videos I was talking about securing these functions, and I was all flustered because I couldn't figure out how to get cores to work. Well, I don't really need cores to work for serverless functions because this particular Google key is pretty cool. And don't worry about it. I'm going to regenerate this so you can see it here. But check this out: application restrictions. You can restrict which websites, IP addresses, or applications can use your API key. So that's pretty cool. Meaning I can say I only want this to be used from Adobe Lunch.netlify.com. And we're going to test this out right now. Done. Cool. So which means that if I bring this up locally, this should technically fail with my current key. Now, copy that. We'll delete it. And we'll try again. Well, that's not good. We're still failing. Let's just make sure. Oh, I'm an idiot. Let's I ran netlify start instead of netlify dev, which means I didn't actually start my serverless functions. All right. Okay, still have some issues. And I'm also on the wrong port. I should be at port 8888. Thank you. Okay. To recap what just happened, number one, I ran npm start, which doesn't actually start your serverless functions locally. And number two, I went to the local only port 8000 rather than the netlify dev hosted port 8888. Okay, so great. Now, here I'm using the Foursquare API. So if I say localhost 8888, netlify functions Google search. Sorry, my phone's ringing. What this should allow me to do is get back some data. Okay, cool. Now, what happens when this is actually using my Google key here. What happens if I restrict this? To adobelunch.netlify.com. Save. Oh, okay. It might take up to 5 minutes for things to go through. So let's see. Look at this. Invocation failed. It doesn't really say why in our network tab or any. Oh, all. There we go. Google search. Internal server error. Did we get a better? No, that sucks. That's okay. So let's add http:// localhost 8888. Save that. Now we should be good from here. I suppose we got to give it a second to go through. Let's make sure it actually saved. Yep. 8. Still the server error there. Oh, nullify functions. Google search. Yeah, okay. Okay, this one's being stubborn. Why? Whoop. Error during invocation. Perfect. API keys where the refer restrictions cannot be used with this API. Awesome. Something's already running. Just shut this down again, huh? Ah, hate that. Okay, we'll bring it back up because it died, apparently, when I sent the 500 request. I currently should be able to hit this. Invocation failed. Object. Why? I might have to edit this. To make sure I include the entire path. Start it up again. Hmm. Let's look at these. Let's look at these things here. Specific URL with a specific path. Any URL in a single subdomain. Okay. Subdomain or path in a URL's domain using wildcard asterisk. A URL with a non-standard port. This should work. Try to restart it. This was supposed to solve our core's issues, to where anybody can just grab my key and start using it. Okay, search works. Google search doesn't work. Okay, well, I don't know. Let's just get rid of them and then go back to normal. I have to close and open VS Code again. Okay. There we go. At least it's working. I do not understand their security model. Places. Google Places API HTTP refer. Oh, look at this. You're receiving this email. When was this posted? November 17th. You're receiving this email because of the web service with the API key will no longer accept. My code only uses. Yeah. Yeah, this is so dumb. I just do not understand how to restrict serverless functions. Whatever the fuck ever. Let's move on. Done dicking with it. It is what it is. Great thing is I checked my usage and I'm well under where I need to be. So, what were we actually going to accomplish today? Let's switch over to using the Google Places API. So let's do this. On our index page, we need to run, instead of serverless.search, we need to run serverless.google search. Because here's our serverless file, and I made something called... Oh, did I not do this? Whoops. That's okay. We're just going to change serverless.search instead of being Foursquare. we're going to change it to Netlify functions, Google search. And let's see if this works. Now, I'm sure it's going to barf at me for a couple things. Okay, great. So I am getting a response from search. Let's log out the places we get. So for any given place, there's something called a place ID. And I just want to make sure Google Maps URLs, because this is the thing that I really need to directions. I think it's a place ID. I'm not sure the difference between ID or place ID, but I think it's going to be place ID. Why I get that 500 error, I do not know. API keys with refer restrictions cannot be used. Well, I shouldn't have refer restrictions on this API key. Great. Okay, so we are getting our places ID spit out. And then we can use this to request serverless.details. So now when we go into details, this should all be working. Great. Now it's got a bunch of different things. But that's okay. Just looking at this data. Okay, so our first issue. Cannot read property prefix of undefined. Where? This is in place.js. It's a component, place.js. Ah, yes, the picture. We will handle that later. Man, okay, you know what? This key is making me mad. So we're just going to regen the key. Okay, let's give this a shot again. So we just redid the key. Hopefully this will get rid of those 500 errors, like right off the bat. Still. No, this is using cached values. Screw this. Application. Delete this shit. Empty cache and hard reload, please. Still? I don't know how to get it to stop using the cache values. It's like nullify dev no cache. Okay, it doesn't have anything about caching there. Is there a built directory anywhere? Let's get rid of public and redo this. Let's wipe this out. Hard reload. Okay, great, better. All right, perfect. That was it. We need to just wipe out our public directory. Fucking caching issues. Okay. Cannot read property map of undefined. Okay, yeah. So patient viewport. Yeah, I'm not really sure if they have that information. Like, let's say velvet taco. Taco restaurant. How did it know that? Because it's not in the place details. Rating, reference, reviews, types. Yard House. Let's look up Yard House and see what it's got on there. This says New American Restaurant. What piece of data is that? So I'm looking at the data I'm getting back. Bar restaurant. I'm not seeing. Google places restaurant type. This is not looking good. Really, nothing. Okay. I don't think this is gonna work. I really want to be able to say the type of place here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nope. This isn't working at all. Yeah, it's just not telling us. Just looking here to see if there's more of this type of data. There's not. Nope. Google, you suck. Get food type of restaurant. Google Maps API. I don't know if this is going to work for our use case then. So we might want to pivot here. Actually, we might be able to just throw in some serverless stuff in utils. It says serverless. Maybe throw in one for Google details and Google search. I think it's literally exactly this. Okay, so that's not going to give us much. Kind of sucks. That's okay. Let's go into our components, go into place.js. Photo prefix. Just want to open our app again. Everything should be working again. Awesome. And I wanted to just inspect this and double check the Fastly. Okay, so Fastly serving this, yeah, it's not tied to an API key. That's great. Well, okay. Let's do a couple things. One, when there's no price, let's just show all grayed out prices. So we'll go into our source, our components, price meter. Let's also see where price meter is called. Price, okay. Let's see. So let's set the tier ourselves. So what this is going to do is it's going to have a tier of 0, which will show 4 empty dollar signs if there is no price. Look at that. There we go. 4 empty $signs. Now, what about yeah, some places have menus, some places don't. Can we have maybe in place menu? Yeah, maybe even if there's no menu. I just want like nothing there. Because there's nothing on menu.url. I also don't want this to be a link. Let's see what this looks like. So what's actually here? There is a menu. Oh, it's 0 though. What if I put a space there? I think that'd still be a link though. Maybe I can change the display or something. No. Kind of just wanted it to hold the place. That's okay. Get rid of it. Doesn't have a menu. And that's that. Now, if it doesn't have a rating, that's another thing. Perry's Steakhouse doesn't have a rating. So how do we do this? No matter what, I want it to show rating. So this is going to say if there's a rating, format it. Otherwise, return NA. Damn it. Was it actually say NA in there? Yeah. Okay. So it just needs a background color. And so basically, color is going to be like if there's a color, return that. Otherwise, return theme.colors. Whatever that gray is. Whatever I use for the $sign. Let's check it out. Styles, theme, colors. It's either black 90 or black 75. Where's the $sign? Black 90. Theme. Let's check it out. What's it returning? Colors. Yeah, that should be fine. 90 or color. One more of those. Okay, so once again, if there is a color specified, set that. Otherwise, theme colors black 90. And one nice thing to do here would be to log rating and color as we go. Oh, I done fucked it up. Okay, it's working, it's working. I wasn't returning the right thing. We're gonna come up on a place that doesn't have a color, it doesn't have a rating at some point. Nice. I like that. So let's add just the price meter. We'll just say default price display. And we'll go ahead and add in the rating. There we go. Actually, before I do this rating, I saw something on Twitter the other day that was awesome that I have never used before. Let's see. Twitter. I retweeted it too. So cool. Yes. Okay, look at the way how he passes in his props. He passes them up top. Style.p, which is a function that takes props. So we can use this here in rating. Style.span, which is a function. All right, go back to Twitter, which takes props, which in this case would be, well, it's an arrow function, right? Theme and color. And so now when you actually use the variable, our style.p is an arrow function. Inside of style.p takes an arrow function. And then when you're using it, you can just start at props. I think I'm missing something. Yeah, let me open up this code sandbox. Does it work? No. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, those don't have to be functions now. Ah. Oh, that's kind of nice. And it works. I like that. Was one of the things I hated most about writing a style component. Cool. What was the last one? Default price display. I'll say default rating. Okay, I like what I'm seeing here. Let's merge this into master. Wipe out the places branch. Okay. And then what's next? Okay, so all this Google stuff is questionable. But optimizing API calls, that's actually totally worth it. So look, here's something real stupid. We'll make our optimize branch optimize. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and start it up. So let me show you something that's kind of stupid in this application. I'm making way too many network requests. Yes. Okay. So I'm calling this in two places. One use place and one index. This search function and then get random element happens every time I reject a place. And this is like really dumb because look at my network tab. API. Oh, wait. Was that from cache? Disable cache. What's happening? Okay, I don't know why that was hiding. Clear? Okay. So every single time I reject, I'm calling reject, which I need to. Which logs it in Airtable. But then I'm re-pulling the entire list of nearby places and then getting details of a place. So one thing I suppose we can do is make all those queries at the beginning, like a query for every single one of those places. Instead of making it multiple times. Yeah, so I get 50. The data that comes back here is pretty chill, not too much for each one. And so I can just take this categories. Yeah, I can just take this, run it once when the app starts, and then that's it. So where's my layout component? My place provider. So here's something lately I've been struggling to find the difference between. What is the difference between a custom hook that returns a bunch of stuff? It's like, for instance, a place would have just all the things that I have here. It has place, accept, and reject. What's the difference between a custom hook that returns these three objects versus putting it into a context that does the same thing? The custom hook can be imported and called anywhere. Same thing with the context. I'm going to do a quick Google search on this. Custom hook versus context. React hooks allow you to share local state inside of. React hooks allow you to use local state inside a function. Oh, right. That's the difference. The minute you want to share. Wait, hold on. No, right. I think I get it. With a hook, every time you call it, it reinstantiates itself. So it's fresh. It's like a single instance. The context, that stays. That makes sense. Anyways, all this to say, what are we trying to do here? I might want to make a context that I can share everywhere called maybe like use nearby places. No, that'd be a hook. Use place. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and make a nearby place context and a nearby place provider. And then what we can do is do a use effect to grab them. And really, context is only spitting out nearby places. Nobody's ever going to set this. For now, right? Later, our app could do that. So what I'm doing is nearby places. What I'm doing is setting up a use effect that is going to run when the component loads. And then it's going to place, it's going to update this context with the nearby places and then provide it to the rest of the app. And we're going to have to import this place provider, nearby places provider from contexts. Okay, and how do we do this? good example of this is here. You can do it like this. So we use our serverless.search method. Which is in utils serverless. That's going to give us our nearby places, and we're just going to set that I hate this stupid async crap inside of use effect. Execute. Execute. All this is going to do is it's going to get the nearby places, set them in the nearby place provider in state, and then provide them to the rest of the app. So now nobody else has to make network calls to get these things. It should feel a whole lot faster now. So this is just going to get once when we start. So our layout is already pulling in nearby places provider. So let's check index. Our index page. And let's use the nearby places context to grab the nearby places. It also means we have to import it. And this is pulling it out of context. Nearby places context. So let's just see what we're logging here. Okay, getting an error here. Check the render method of layout. So we export nearby place context, nearby place provider. Same thing, place context, place provider. Export star from / place, export star from / nearby places. Okay. So my index file has got to be wrong. But it seems right. Remove the public folder, rerun nullify dev, see if that maybe cleans up some problems. Yeah, something's wrong with these exports. Let's check another project I've got. Oh, it's so weird. Does the exact same thing. Export star from. And then when you import it, context. Nearby places. Provider. We're going plural here, folks. That's why. That was the issue. Now we should be good. Yep. Okay, so initially it renders with nothing. Then it populates. I should not see a network request. Well, okay, I haven't fixed this yet, but yeah. Okay. So that's great. Now we are providing all the nearby places to the main container, no matter what's loaded in there. So now on the index page, when we click, we don't have to use places. We can get a random element from nearby places and grab the ID. Okay, great. So that should have eliminated a network call. So let's check the network tab, refresh, wipe this out, and I press tell me. Yes, and I no longer have to run the search API call. I can just grab the ID from the provided places. And now that's right. Like, thinking about this, there are 50 places. They're each. So anytime you reject a place, you get a new one. Let's let's edit this too. So in the use place hook, we can now bring in the nearby places context. And instead of, again, running this serverless search, we can just get a random element from nearby places. Then pull it in, then set it. So on all of our rejects now, we should see no more network requests. So yes, I have to run details to get this, and then a frown. I reject it, which is a network request, then get some more details. So I could get way fancier, and every time I grab one of these details, I could like cache or something, but I think that's a little too much, right? There's 50 restaurants. You suppose you are rejecting 5 or 6 times. Like I get 2 options. One, fetch all the details up front. That's every time somebody loads the app. That is 50 detail requests. That's a lot. That's too many. So we'll just send one detail request and assume that we're not going to hit duplicates, or if we are hitting duplicates, it's still less than the 50 that we would have sent up front. So now, that's a good optimization. There might be a way to take this further. What I'm thinking is, what if we actually pre-render and not even pre-render, get the data up front for all 50 places, the IDs essentially. Because then we'll never have to make that call. We can pass those 50 IDs to the we can pass the 50 IDs to the context as the app starts, and then we'll be good. Another way to do this is to pre-generate all 50 pages. This is all being done in the Gatsby build process. Before I get ahead of myself, let's review our changes. We brought in nearby places provider, defined its context. Here it is, right? All we did was used a use effect to grab nearby places from the API, from our serverless function. And set them and held them in state. Then we exposed that nearby places to all of the children of the nearby places provider. Now, use place was able to take advantage of this and we were able to, just pull down the context and use the nearby places. Perfect. That's what we need. Same thing with the index page. We were just able to pull down the context and use the nearby places. Let's make sure I got no console logs in there. Cool. ACP optimize. Find nearby places. An app only once. Now, all this other stuff that I was talking about pre-generating and stuff like that, that would happen at build time. So what this means is like we build the Gatsby site and deploy it and everything stays static. What if a restaurant closes or something weird? That means we would have to rebuild. So like what's a good cadence for rebuilding this? What if we rebuilt it once a day and found all of the places once a day? So can I nullify daily build trigger? Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. I don't use start deploys on a daily schedule. You have to pay for this? Pricing. 100 tasks a month. I don't really like that. Zapier. Interesting. Pricing. What's an EPD? Oh, executions per day, 200. That's pretty good. It's better than Zapier. Is IFTT totally free? Is there pricing? I mean, I suppose I could also just do this with a cloud function, right? I could. Whoops. Yeah, okay. I suppose let's try it out. So what I'm gonna do is go to my bradgarropy.com site so that I can check out my Gatsby. I think it's Node. Yeah. No. So then I think I'm gonna have to add like a different source. So Gatsby source plugins. So we got a plugin. We'll say prefetch Google Fonts, Google Docs, Google Docs. Google Sheets. Yes, we don't have that. Gatsby plugin robot images. Source Instagram, custom API. API server. Well, this is a lot of stuff. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can do this. So we're gonna have to first install Gatsby source API server. Okay, let's see. There's a lot of crap in here. Don't care about auth auto. Yep, default is false, don't care. I don't care. Oh, data to be saved locally. Interesting. I don't know why you'd want that. Optionally resource data when it changes and Gatsby develop is running. That's cool. Optionally override key used. Default is ID. Not sure about this. Pass an array containing any number of the entity configuration properties. I'm not sure what that's all about. I don't think I need that. Nested level of entities in response objects. Name of the data to be downloaded. Best body content type. Okay. So let's look at the serverless functions. This is going to be in, this is search, utils Foursquare. Here we go. Base group search. Base. The group is venues. Then slash search. Okay, now here are all of our parameters. That's pretty easy. Guess we're gonna have to go in here and grab all the defaults. So those are good. Am I running .env here? Yes. Where am I getting version from? Oh, Foursquare.js. Let's hard code it. Let's just make sure it works first. Latitude and longitude. Latitude. tedious. Okay. Okay, what's next? Intent, radius, limit, category ID. Intent is browse, 1650. Category ID. Okay, those are our parameters. Column places. I have no idea where it's nested. Maybe I can pop over to Postman, check it out. Foursquare venues, get details. Search for venues, intent, browse. Cool. Send, there it is. Can I not? Oh, okay. Response venues. And this is a get method. What kind of headers? Application JSON. I don't think it has a body. It's a get. Okay, Gatsby, what do you got? Can't read property response of undefined. Hmm. So let's make sure our client ID and secret are coming through. Looks like it. Okay. Let's try it again. Keep saying undefined. I wish we could see more into what's going on. API.foursquare.com v2 venues search. You've got all your parameters: client ID, client secret, the latitude, longitude, intent, browse, radius 1600, limit, category ID. Well, this is stupid. Gatsby source API server cannot read property responsive undefined. This is terrible. Oh man. Request parameters. I feel like that's version 2.1. What do we got? Gatsby source API server. Yeah, looks right. Foursquare API documentation. What is this authentication parameter? Yeah, right in there. Yeah, I don't care about any of that. Did it work? Node's name. Go. Yo, okay. We got it. Does it have to be internal? Can it just be nothing? Great. Or like, what if I just commented that out? A lot of these only have one category. Is there anything with two? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so we're successfully pulling this into Gatsby. I hope this is like actually refreshing, because every time I take something off, I'm just like getting dangerously closer to breaking everything. Yet everything is still working. So it makes me skeptical as hell. Like, I'm just going to be like, oh, no URL. Okay, great. So about that, is places required? Probably. Yeah, that's required. Okay, great. We're in. We got it going. Let's, before I do this stuff, let's merge optimize with master. Let's just compare this. Yeah, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? Yeah, assign myself. We'll just say optimize place search calls. Let's double check these. This seems good. Oh, this is so dope. Now if I deploy preview, love it. I'm gonna die. Okay, we'll give this a second to run. I'm going to take this time to hit the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, love the integrations with Netlify. Let's double check. I ran a search once. I only get details. Only get details. Only get details. That's great. Merge it. And now don't delete this branch because I'm still working in it. Okay. So we've gotten the Gatsby config done. Now what we need to do is we do actually have graphical going. So what we want to do is make a query called all places. I want to delete that query. Whoa. Okay, yeah, all places. What do we really need? Let's just go name and ID. That should about match what we have in Airtable, right? Just want to make sure I'm not crazy. Those IDs look a little different. Alternative ID. That's what we're looking for. Come on. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to go to Gatsby and find it. Gatsby source API server. alternative ID. Okay, well, I guess that's what we're gonna have to go with. Name an alternative ID. Now, code exporter is pretty crazy. Static query hook, page query. I'm not sure. I always forget how to do this. bradgarropy.com. Go to my code, double check. Nope, I want Gatsby node. So I'm just gonna copy this all places query and dump it in there. And let's just go check the tutorials again about data in Gatsby. What about source plugins? Yeah. Actually, I don't think I have to do anything. It's already there. Can't I just do... Can I just do that? So like, let's say on my pages, index page. Whoa. We can pull in this stuff from Gatsby. Use static query in GraphQL. And you're telling me now that... Oh shit, son. There it is. Ooh, 51. Oh, right. I hate that. Why? Gatsby last entry in query null. API server Gatsby source API server last entry null. I don't know. Just Googling this. Gatsby filter true. Truthy. Wish I had a count of all this. Let's go. Fleming's is last. Yeah, that should do it. Dude, that is sick. So you're now telling me that this is built into the website. So instead of on index, I could go up to context. And instead of actually calling the API here once at all, to go back to index, grab use static query. So this is pulling it from Gatsby, all places, and we don't really want it as all places. We want it as all places dot nodes. Yeah. Whoops. No? Sure, we'll call it data. So I want data.allplaces.nodes. There we go. Now I'm assuming I can't put this hook in there. Right. Inside of a callback. That's okay. I can grab the data initially up top. Like that. Data.allplaces.nodes. Data.allplaces.nodes. Actually, why don't we just do this? So this means I should never see a network call to get that data. Yeah, one thing we have to do. Yeah, all those are set to alternative ID. Can I rename fields in GraphQL queries? This is sick. Okay. Great. And again, if we go look at the network tab and refresh, I've made no call to my server. I get the details and reject. That's it. Super cool. Let's see. Black Walnut, I think, is the page that's going to show us this. Oh, sorry. I was just seeing a bug here with the name. When the name gets too long. Ah, there it was. Why am I doing this? Just edit this. The image needs to have a... Justify self-center, huh? Why not? Oh, because I can't. Yeah, so the image needs to have a justify self-center on there. Let's fix that. That will be in components, place.js, and the image. Where's the image? I'll tell you right now, styled venue. That's... I really want to call that place. Renaming everything to place. Sick. Very last thing we need to do is say place image. Or let's call it place photo. Right under styled place. We'll define this. It's a style.img, and we just need a justify self center. And let's use the cool new trick we found here. So this will be an arrow function that will take theme and return yeah, sweet. So place categories. We need to make sure that the color's a little bit lighter. There's a margin around it. Make sure everything's still working. Okay, and let's inspect this. We'll just... Sweet. Image stays in the center if the text runs long. Cool. So what did we accomplish? We need to do some cleanup. Let's commit this styled place situation. Let's just say git commit -m center place photo. Install source API. Now, how did I do this on the bradgarropy website? Lukman, what's up, man? Just see you joining. I'm sorry I'm butchering your name. How you doing? Okay. I've been here for a long time, 2.5 hours. I'm so close to being done. I really want to just search GraphQL here in this repository. Okay, so I'm not saving the queries and putting them anywhere else. That's fine. What about in my Iron Jimmy repository? Let's see, in this page, what do I do here? Oh, const query. Because it's a page level query rather than a static query, right? But I'm looking for static queries specifically. Yeah, I like that. So let's do that instead. In an effort to clean up the code. This will be in the nearby places page. Yeah. So let's see. This will be like all places.js. Okay. Export defaults all places. Cool. So all places is a Gatsby query. I'm exporting it here. And here I'm importing it, or I will be importing it. Import all places from GraphQL / all places. That's where I'm getting my queries from. That's looking real clean. Okay, so Gatsby node, we could revert the changes to. Nearby places is doing really good now. It's pulling in a query from another file using that data. All places is just where I defined it. And this Gatsby config. Now, this sucks. We need to fix this. We need to import all this stuff. I think it's in functions utils Foursquare. I mean, we're pulling this shit in from everywhere. So let's see, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. One thing we want is the version. And we're going to get that from functions utils Foursquare. Latitude and longitude. Oh. Shit. I did not think of this. The minute you need to change latitude and longitude, this completely breaks. Fuck. Oh. Yep. The minute you want to change latitude and longitude and use the browser's location, it breaks because this is pre-rendered. You're pre-rendering for a hard-coded location. Yep. I think I'm going to have to throw out all this work. It's great and all, but I think down the line, I want to use this as an excuse to learn browser location and figure that out. And because of that, I can't pre-render any of this stuff. Okay, well, that's a great stopping place. Throw it all away. So we can get rid of the changes to Gatsby config. Get rid of the changes to nearby places. And we can get rid of our all places query. Yay. So where does that leave us? Let's check our optimized branch and do a pull request, and we'll just see. What is it? Oh, yeah, I want the styled place stuff and the place photo stuff. Excuse me. That needs to go in for sure. So I just need to revert the Gatsby source API server. So I can just say npm on Gatsby source. Oh, excuse me. That's disheartening. So it's good that we thought through this exercise. I'll review more here in a second before I end the stream. Oh man, they just keep on coming, don't they? So, and we'll just update some stuff. How about that? While we're here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Should I commit the .netlify folder? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna sit here and do this for the rest of the stream. I don't think we want to commit .netlify. You can do authentication there. They store some stuff there. Ugh, okay. What else is outdated? Anything outdated globally? Yeah. npm update-g. Visual Studio Code extension 1.69. Nice. I'm gonna drop my just put it on my face here for a second while I clean up some of these development and production environment files. I got them all screwed up when I was messing around with everything earlier. Okay. One thing I need to do is go regen all my keys. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. Right. It's already being used. That's fine. We'll do it later. Okay. What's the difference? I updated a bunch of shit and removed source API server. SPE update. No. Remove source API server update packages. Well, that's nice. Netlify doesn't exist anymore. Let's close VS Code and fix this problem. That's cool, Bing. I don't want you. So let's say npm outdated -g. Okay. npm list -g depth equals 0. It wiped out the Netlify CLI. Let's just make sure it's the only thing it wiped out. npm packages. Got a bunch of shit. Oh, this is gonna take forever. To at least get Netlify CLI installed. I'm so blind. Turn it up. It's working. It's working. It's working. Okay, let's see. Sick. Let's double check. Do we get our cool empty price meter and empty review thing? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. There we go. No review. No price. Great. Rate limits? I don't think there's place API. Is it free? Oh. So what is it? What is the free tier? Okay. Great. So it sounds like I don't have to worry about it. Sick. So let's just merge it in. Deleting the optimized branch remotely and deleting it locally. Git branch -d optimize. All right, cool. So let's take a look at our issues. We did close the optimize API calls. But we're not doing anything with Google Maps. I don't think we can. It's such a pain in the butt to use. The only advantage it was getting me was the place ID. So I'm not too worried about it. Oh yeah, and a better distance matrix API. No, optimize API call. This is gonna need to go. Not in this milestone, that's for damn sure. I think this is all the optimization we can actually do right now. Fetch the things nearest to you once when the app loads, because when we do browser location, that's going to change, so we can't pre-render that. And then we'll just assume that getting details once per is like no big deal. Unless we really want to take the time to cache them. I don't want to. So then let's just make like a milestone called like optimize or call or I don't know. I'm looking for something that's like for optimized API calls. I kind of liked the frisbee. Or like maybe a car. I don't know. Like it's going fast. No, I'm going with the frisbee. Optimization. This is V1 dot. I don't know. 4 releases. V1.3 was the last one. I suppose I could call this 1.4. Other milestones do we have? Google Maps, popular. Yeah, what the shit? We'll call it 1.4. It's big enough. We eliminated a lot of network requests. Okay, so then what was I going to say? So this issue that we just closed, optimize API calls, was an enhancement, and we can assign it to the optimization milestone, which really that's it. It's done. What's our package.json say? 1.3. Let's update that. Now it says 1.4. We can create a new release called v1.4.0, and the title is what? What do they call this thing? A flying come on. Go to milestones, open up the optimization milestone, copy it, and great. And then we can edit it with the right URL. And I think we're good. Optimization links to v1.4. v1.4 links to optimization. Look at that. All freaking done. Let's open up Netlify. I should really set up CI/CD for this to only push on tags, whereas Netlify just pushes everything from master. That's probably a little dangerous. Okay, Airtable. I think I'm just going to leave all this data. Like eventually it'll help me out. So let's check out our next milestones. Google Maps. Dude, I don't think I'm gonna do it. It's too much pain in the butt. For square. Places. Where's the developer portal? There we go. Docs. What am I looking for? Libraries. JavaScript. Node.js. Oh, I think I looked at it and was like, this is stupid. Cool. Ooh, I love your your deals here. OAuth. I don't want OAuth. Man, yeah, sorry. Looks like I'm just using the raw API. Freaking OAuth. Clint, I like your website. It's pretty cool. Yeah, for sure. Ooh. This is real cool. This is sick. I'm going to add your website to my inspiration. You're on Twitter? Sweet. All right, man. I'm going to keep looking at your website. It's really cool. But yeah, I'm not going to use a library here. No need to. I want to publish this one. The branch deploy. And I was just talking about, here, let's go here. Let's just, oh, everything's breaking. Okay. Awesome. It's working great. So let's talk about what's coming next. I think the popular thing is like really cool. Yeah, Google Maps. Man, do we just get rid of it? What were the issues? I can't remember now. It's 3 hours ago that I was working on that. I'm gonna have to literally watch my own live stream to figure out why Google Maps was bad. But I think I'm gonna edit this. So if anything, this is 1.5. If it even goes anywhere. And this issue shouldn't be like Google Places AP. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, so back to issues. So we need what? Like a Airtable get entries? This is going to be the popular one. Determine most popular places. It's just a to-do. And we need to determine least popular places for sure. Okay, and then once we have that data, this is the next feature we're going to be developing. Once we have that data, then we want to be able to like popularity we'll need a bar graph component. I think so. And we'll even need like a bar component. This will be popular to do. Yeah, so we're gonna. I'd like to like represent this in a bar chart, and it's like I could go use a charting library, which seems a little bit stupid for just like a bar chart. React bar chart. Canvas.js. Well, would you look at that? I don't know. That might, the bar chart might be like the enhance. So we could just like do a list first. So popularity list. So then once we have that component, we're probably going to want to make two. We want a most popular list and a least popular list. I'm really breaking this down like tiny. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Um, and then maybe the new issue could be like explore popularity bar chart. Just to see if that might work. Great. Yeah, great. Pretty much in order of what we need to do. So we've had a really productive episode after the first portion. Um, I just want to review what the deal was that I was thinking with statically rendering places. So it's kind of dumb to have to retrieve the places nearby every single time you load the app. You could save those network calls just by using Gatsby to build it in and serve that statically. But that only works if I am hard coding the location and the nearby places to Adobe. I have a feature coming down the line that says I want to be able to use your phone's location or your computer's location to determine where I gather nearby places from. And given that, then you can't pre-compute that. You can't statically render that. So I chose not to optimize that first call. And that's okay because, Foursquare is not going to charge us. It's no big deal. And I don't think I'm going to move over to Google. I can't remember why, but I'll go look. But the popularity milestone that's coming up next should be like pretty fun to work on, pretty easy. We could bang it out, and then on maybe like the front page, just drop two little charts there or lists that just say, hey, consider clicking on one of these. These are the most popular. And that'll obviously get better and better over time. And it'll just add some more content to that empty state of the front page. I like that. And then, later there's all these things we could do, like filtering based on type. Is it American? Is it Chinese? Is it Thai? Whatever. Filtering on price, all sorts of things. Filtering on review, even. So, anyways, with that, I'm going to end this video. Thanks for watching. It was 3 hours long, but I had a great time. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.